Happy Mother's Day! I don't have a mother, or a father for that matter, but I do have a favorite television show, and that's what we're going to talk about today. So, my favorite TV show of all time, is MASH. And for those of you who don't know, MASH is a sitcom slash dramedy that ran for 11 seasons from 1972 to 1983. And it focused on the doctors and nurses at a mobile army surgical hospital, hence the MASH, during the Korean War. Its earlier seasons could definitely be described as a comedy with the occasional kind of heavy moment, but its last few seasons were definitely a lot more dramatic, with the occasional joke. But it's in one of these later seasons that I set my scene. 20th episode, 10th season. It's called Sons and Bowlers. It's got two parallel storylines. Now, the one is about a bowling tournament, hence the bowlers, but we're not talking about that. The other one is about sons, hence the sons. We're talking about that. So, the main, more or less, character of the show is Captain Pierce, or Hawkeye. And in this episode, he gets a letter from his dad, and his dad says, he's having an operation, but, it's probably nothing. But Hawkeye begins to panic and think that his dad may be in serious trouble and that he understated his condition so as to not worry Hawkeye. So he's freaking out, and the person who happens to be standing by when all this kind of goes down is the on-again, off-again antagonist, Major Charles Emerson Winchester III. And in a kind of uncharacteristic, compassionate way, Charles sits and listens to Hawkeye kind of vent out these problems, because Hawkeye can't do anything. He's trying to call halfway around the world at a time where that took half a dozen operators and a lot of time and struggle to do just to try to get a hold of his dad or the hospital, just to figure out what on earth is going on. So Winchester sits there with him, and he just kind of listens to Hawkeye vent. And Hawkeye, he says a line where it's like, Dad and I are too close for it to all suddenly end with silence 12,000 miles apart. That's what Hawkeye says. And then, and I am going to read this so I don't mess it up, David Ogden Stiers, who plays Winchester, delivers one of my favorite monologues in television, and definitely my favorite written line in all of television right at the end. And he goes, Pierce, you should be grateful that only distance is separating you. My father and I have been thousands of miles apart in the same room. The most intimate and personal communication at the Winchester household took place at the evening meal. Every night, promptly at 7:15, we would gather at the dinner table. The soup would be served, and my father would begin with, Tell us what you did today, Charles. As the elder of the two children, I was given the privilege of speaking first. I would then have until the salad to report the highlights of my day. Even now, the sight of lettuce always makes me talk faster. I always assumed that's how it was in every family. But when I see the warmth, the closeness, the fun of your relationship. My father's a good man. He always wanted the best for me. But where I have a father, you have a dad. First time I saw this, way too young to understand what it meant. As I got older, and I saw this episode a couple more times, I kind of began to grasp what he was saying. Because not everyone has parents who will play catch with them, even though they've got a bunch of work to do, or let them have breakfast for dinner, or who would play a game with them where the only objective was to try to get the other person to say what, so you could say I love you. Not everyone had parents who were so unconditionally supportive and understanding, who listened to you and would try to make you laugh when all you wanted to do was cry. So, I don't have a father or a mother, but I do have a dad and a mom. Happy Mother's Day.